Glad to know you're still there. Okie dodo, it's Christmas Eve. Beautiful December 24th morning. Sunshiny, lovely weather posted everywhere around the nation. Although there's a little bit of harmattan, but that's to be expected around this time of the year. So we'll be talking today mostly about Christmas and about the spirit of Christmas, which is the spirit of giving, especially to your neighbors and especially to those who are in need. And to thrash this topic this morning, I have a dear guest in the studio. Dear, because to get a guest on December 24th to appear live on your program, you know it's a special person. And I am talking about Dame Dr. TUMINI Christy AKOGUN. She is the wife of Right Honorable Colonel Tunde AKOGUN, the leader of the House of Representatives in the 6th Assembly of the National Assembly, and she's also the president and the founder of NINGIM Dreams Alive Foundation, NINGIM Hope Alive Foundation, and she also leads the Marvelous Friends Fellowship. She is so many people in one, and it's my pleasure to have you, Dame AKOGUN, here with us in the studio live this morning. We passed through the ocean to bring you here, and you are here. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Good morning. Should I say happy Christmas Eve? Because I will I see your Christmas
Day. No problems.
All right. Yeah, so can you tell us in a nutshell what is the exact spirit of Christmas and the reason for us, like they say, the reason for the season?
Well, Christmas is a period that everybody seems to be very happy. You're happy because you know salvation has come. A wonderful gift from God. The Lord Jesus was born. And it excites everybody. It's like it catches like fire, like whether you are a Christian or not, you're excited that Christmas is here. Since for the past 2 weeks, people have been showing so much joy, so much, they've been expectant. Say the day is coming, we all celebrate.
Right. Yeah, so like you said, you rightly pointed out, whether you're a Christian, you're an atheist, you're a Muslim, the spirit is everywhere. Yes. And that camaraderie, that longing to share, that pleasantness, that cheerfulness, it's a season of good cheer.
Yes,
indeed
right.
It is. And like we said, we shouldn't lose sight of some of the things that we really need to do, and that's to reach out. It's a season of outreach, a season of giving, a season of sharing. And let me even say, we are also going to share with you, because like you know, this program is interactive. So very soon you'll see the number on the screen, and you can call in and also share your thoughts about Christmas and how it is with you. We all know the country is a little bit tough because we're going through economic challenges right now. It has not stopped our cheer. We Nigerians are always happy people. So you soon call in. In fact, you can also interact with our guests as the time progresses. You will see the numbers and you can do just that. Now, Ma, tell us something. I notice you're very particular about children that are challenged and also children in some of these homes. Tell us some of the things you've been able to do for them over time, especially with your foundations.
Oh, okay. Actually, because of my own background, I just love being with them, treating them well, giving them what I lacked in the past, and I make them happy.
Right.
I bring them together, give them what they would naturally want to have, cook for them, buy food, and then the indigent ones, we pay their school fees.
Right.
From the program, from our fellowship, we all contribute money. We ask for help from people, write letters of appeal. When they give us the money, we go straight away pay their school fees. Mm-hmm. Then give food and clothes and things to the orphanage, the orphans in the orphanage. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we bring them home. Like this Christmas, we have already entertained a lot of children.
Right.
We brought them from Kuje Orphanage Foundation, they call it Christ Foundation.
Right.
We brought them from Osaze in Apo Resettlement. We brought them to Maitama.
Right.
Under normal circumstances, they may not want to be, they may not think they can get there, but we brought them in a very beautiful atmosphere.
Right.
The place decorated for Christmas.
Right.
Give them rice and chicken and everything that they need to eat, and drinks, and then they had time to dance.
Wow.
And share their, whatever they wanted to say. We allowed them to talk.
Right.
The children were very happy.
Oh, that's
and we also do the same for the widows.
Right.
Not the executive widows, though.
I know. Talking about these executive widows, I'm glad you mentioned it. Because how do you get to know those who are the, like you said, indigent children? Those ones are easy to determine.
The school principal will tell
you. Yeah, but like you said, these executive widows, you see with nicely painted nails, they're looking so executive.
And the cars and the drivers.
I know. And then when they're doing things for widows, they come out as well. How are you able to screen those ones out?
We go to the rural areas.
Oh, to the rural areas.
We have agents that will help us.
Oh, beautiful.
Invite them when we have any function.
Okay.
But this Christmas, we send to those that we have already met their leaders. They have leaders in groups. You don't know. So you can't get yourself into that group if you are an executive widow. So the leader will quickly tell you.
That's a new expression to the executive widow.
Executive widow.
I know what you're talking about.
They just bring the number. I said, you bring 20 from your zone.
Right.
You bring another 10 from here, so that what we have will go around.
Yes.
And we buy food in bags.
Right.
50 kg, maybe about 20 bags of rice, some few bags of gari, beans, toiletries, drinks, and so on. Then we share for them in groups.
Right. What do you do for funding? You tax yourselves over the year?
We can't get much.
Yeah.
We're taxing ourselves. Most of us
retirees.
You can say that.
Retired but not tired.
But, you know. So, but we write to when you call them people partners who love giving, but they have no access, they have no time to go and search for these people in their areas. So we do the trouble, we take the trouble to look for the widows, look for the orphans, look for the less privileged in the society, bring them together and share. We used to go to their camps, wherever they are before, but since the COVID, we stopped going around.
Okay, when there were the IDP camps. Oh, that was a good one.
So we bring them to either a hall, hire a place, and they said we put the food stuff. When you see the pictures, you will see.
Okay, let's have a look at. Let's see the pictures.
Whatever we can raise, we just give them.
Okay,
and they're feeling so happy.
Right. Yeah, the pictures will soon be up on our screen, but you can there they are.
Okay.
So stuff like this.
Yes.
Okay, these are the school children.
Yes.
Beautiful.
There. You can
see.
Now this when we went to Kabosa.
Okay.
Some widows came, we had to share food stuff and people who don't have anything to eat. So we gave them what we have.
Right.
There were many. We had how many canopies? They filled with people.
Wow.
Within a second, the canopies were, I had to look for money to hire more canopies.
Wow.
So that they will not be in the sun.
Okay. Then later on you now hosted them.
We hosted them at the anniversary of the, so the Christmas is coming.
Okay. These are some children.
Yes,
Are those what are those scholarships? What are you handing out there?
You know, we have to give them some money.
Okay.
Amount of money, some 100,000 for Christmas and for transportation.
Okay.
Because they transported themselves to the place.
Right.
We had to give them money to go back. Give them money to their upkeep.
Right. Oh, that's a really great one.
So the people seated there, some of the donors.
Right.
They want to see what we are doing.
Right. Yeah, we saw a lot of dignitaries there. And
right.
So kudos to you that there's no issues like stampede and stuff like that.
No, we don't have that. You can see that we have well spaced, that we have a good hall.
Right.
And people sit down comfortably. You queue up, take what belongs to you, and you go.
Right.
But we had a group that came from Buhari.
Right.
Child Care Trust, you know, Stella Obasanjo Care.
Yes,
we
yes,
brought them
yes.
over too.
Oh, okay, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Then I noticed that you another thing I've noticed a trick from here is that you stagger the events.
Yes,
like this one is an outdoor event.
Yes.
The other one was a sitting. This one is a sitting dinner.
Yes, yes.
And I've seen a lot of personages and
that is the chairman. That was
that's the chairman. I've seen Mrs. Turai, First Lady, Mrs. Turai, Yaradua, sit there. Okay, that's Mrs.
Titi Abubakar. He said we have something in common.
Wow.
That's engineer.
Okay. Okay, and seated behind him are those children you're talking about?
No, the children were on the stage.
Oh, beautiful.
All of them on the stage.
Oh,
they
nice.
were over 50 or 100 children that came from different schools. Some came from Maraba.
Okay.
Some came from Durumi 3.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You know,
so that gives them a sense of their importance. So the children were on the stage.
And we were on the ground.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're so creative, Ma. This is a good one.
That's the chairman. He was very happy to give us money.
Wow.
He said he has seen what we are doing.
Yes.
He was very, very happy.
Okay, that's kind of Tunde Akogun there.
Yeah, he is the father of the day.
The father of the day. Okay. Who's that boy? You know, I see this very tall young man and then others younger ones.
Yeah, I think that one came from Child Care Trust.
Okay. So those ones are the children that are physically challenged. Okay. No wonder there's something striking about him. It's very good of you to remember particularly those children, those physically challenged children, because usually people like me would only remember maybe motherless babies home.
We do that.
It's really nice of you to really reach out. Let's have the phone numbers on the screen so you can call too and tell us about your experiences and also what you are able to do for people or what you're planning to do for people. You understand, this Christmas time. I think I'm specifically challenged too about doing things like this. So yeah, the number is right up there. So you can call. The phone lines are open. This is in the spirit of Christmas and in the spirit of giving. Now, you said your motivation was that, you remember your childhood was a little bit rocky before your adulthood was blooming bright. So you want to give some other people like that a chance. Now, let me ask, how long have you been doing this for?
Well, as long as I can remember, in Lagos, I started it. That one, I would take things, package foods and things to the blind.
Pacheli School for the Blind.
Yes, and I go to the one in Bangrove where you have, I think it's Bamudia's daughter that
I know that place you're talking about.
We celebrate my birthday there.
Oh, okay.
With them, they have a band. You can see blind people playing. And we sat there, invite guests.
Are they adults? Children? Only children. Wow. 12,
10, some 5, some 15. So, but you feel like you want to shed tears. They can't see.
But they can hear everything.
Oh, of course. They know. They take instructions.
Right.
Then we came to Abuja. Then we started going from place to place. We go. There's a handicapped home in Kuje.
Handicapped home in Kuje.
Children, big men children are there. But you go there, you shed tears. Another one in after Kuje. What's the name of that place?
Buhari. So you mentioned one in Buhari.
We went to Buhari,
right?
And then that is when you get to what do you call Child Care Trust.
Okay.
Stella Obasanjo Child Care. Then the one in that one, a small home where you have these people, but they don't look after them well.
Oh no.
The place look rough and dirty. No. I said, no, you have to do something.
Right.
So I now went to Apple Resettlement, or Saze Foundation Orphanage.
Okay.
That the one is trying, but the place is small. I said, don't worry, we'll be carrying you to wherever we have events, so that people can also see you and give something to you. We give them whatever we have. We give dresses. Some of our members are designers. At the end of in fact, when we are doing anything, they will bring ready-made dresses.
Right.
Plenty, beautiful
dresses.
For the widows.
Yeah, beautiful dresses.
We share to them, yes. Not
beautiful.
Not the ones that they
looking like queens.
Not the ones that you use. This one, they pack them and bring. You share to the widows. You take your size.
Right.
I normally buy materials in the market. And I buy like 100 pieces, like 50. I will share to the women. You can take 3 and 4 so that you go around.
Yeah, you and your children.
Yes.
Oh, that's just
and I am happy that they enjoy it. You know, I did skill acquisition training for young ladies.
Oh, tell me about it. Skill acquisition training
in AKOGUN. Yes.
For young ladies.
Young ladies. About 50 of them were trained, and we gave them the equipment, starter pack, whatever you train.
What were they trained in?
It depends on what you can do, what you love doing. Some hairdressers, some what do you call it? Some even fry gari. We have to buy things for them to use to fry the gari when they finish. Some sewing, some that's tailoring. Some did a lot
different
of
things,
different kind of things. Whatever you know,
you like handwork, what they call handwork.
You must learn what you love doing.
All right.
So that you don't force you against your desire. So they did that for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then we give them the equipment, all the things that they needed to do, and gave them some cash. We also carried some doctors, about 18 doctors to AKOGUN. Well, so charity begins at home. We go around there and treated people free. We gave them, those who needed surgery were treated by this
surgery.
Yes,
free surgery.
Surgery about 5-10 people. We did cancer
chemotherapy.
No. Just to know what you're going to, what you're having. Diagnosis. Those who had the symptoms, they send them to TH Benin. So that they can get full treatment there.
Fantastic.
We treated so many people in that one exercise.
You've really made some people's Christmas really interesting and bright. And that's exactly what Christmas is really about. It's not just competing with my neighbor.
No.
I've got to sow my Christmas plot. I've got to get my Christmas
we make sure
up.
On the 15th we also had a lot of them come round, sit down, eat, and put a trumpeter to entertain them. And they were so happy. Everybody was happy. They said every year they look forward to coming to my house.
So maybe next year I'm going to come over to that house.
Make sure you're invited.
That's a nice one. It sounds really nice and glamorous. And the part I like, the part that really touches me though, is for you to take these children, you know, who maybe the whole year through they've been in these homes, you know, under, you know, care, you know, the kind of care you will not get because you don't have a mother and father. And then when you bring them out, you put them all on the stage, on the high table. Then put the dignitaries
down.
I'm talking about
on the floor.
Former First Lady. I'm talking about former Vice President's wife. I'm talking about former Senate President. I'm talking about current Speaker's wife. I'm talking about current Napoa wife. You put those ones down with everyone else. Everybody. Put those ones on the high table. Engineers, let them have a sense of the high table. No, this is no value. This is a new one. Fantastic.
They're happy about it.
Wow.
They're happy looking at their children. They want to.
You know, they go home with their shoulders a little higher.
And each time you write them that we want to do something for this less privileged children, they're in a hurry to help. Yes.
Because they can see visually what you are doing. And they can see the impact on them.
We make sure that these children are taken care of.
This is noble.
Nobody in our group can share from what we collect from people. Except you want to be a widow or an orphan. Whichever one you want to be.
Okay, so you put a law that nobody is to share out of it.
Don't touch anything.
Or everything is just for the beneficiaries.
Give them left, right. Those who are not even there, we have the list. We will send to their school if you are the indigent student. We have about 25 children in that school that we pay in bulk school fees.
And you send it directly to the school.
To their account. They give me the account number and I transfer the money to them.
This is very well organized.
Yes.
There's none of this
scrambling and some of our members will pick 2 or 3 and do a loan.
Wow.
Just pay their school fees and their holiday, everything, pay. So that the child will not have any headache.
Right.
They will just be
continuous.
Just to read.
Yes. Oh, that's lovely, lovely. Because, it's so saddening that, the ongoing news in Nigeria now. This is graceful. We see people scrambling and running for...
and then
dying in the process.
No, we don't have that.
In fact, yesterday we were made to understand that some people, at the time, maybe it was supposed to start about 8 o'clock in the morning. They said about 6 o'clock. Some people had brought their children and flung the children.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? Flung them over the walls.
The head can break. Crash.
In the stampede, some families lost 3 members. A family of maybe 6, 3 gone.
Oh Lord.
Struggling for rice.
Oh Lord.
No, it was gruesome and horrible. So when we see initiatives like yours are so well organized,
yes,
it's really praiseworthy.
We only pray that people should.
Good. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, share the secrets of how
people should have the mind to give us the opportunity. Because if you contribute, because everybody won't have the time. We know all the corners where these people are. Right. So if we are volunteered to do it, please support us. We need cash, we need foodstuff all the time.
Everybody needs cash.
No, for the program, yes.
I know.
Not for ourselves.
At this point in time, the need of money.
We need. To buy a bag of rice is 100,000 or 100. I don't know today.
One was it 130? Somebody said they bought.
Yes.
Yeah.
The time we bought 100,000 for one bag, and we had to.
With the minimum wage of 70,000. So if you're even getting the minimum wage, you won't afford even a bag of rice for your Christmas. We're not talking about the chicken, the groundnut.
So for them to eat chicken, we had a function that we brought them and serve them chicken.
Yes, because ordinarily probably they would have had maybe rice without the chicken. So that was very good. Okay, so let's now look at the fellowship part of it, because this is a Christmas and leaning towards a Christmas issue. So when it's a Muslim festival, we'll also talk about the same thing. And I've noticed the response from Muslims to your programs is very high as well. So you don't discriminate at any level, right?
No, my group is an
interdenominational
fellowship.
Okay, right.
So that you must hear about Jesus.
Right.
Now at the Christmas,
right,
we want everybody to know that the Savior came
right
at a time like this, and everybody knows about Jesus. It's a question of choice.
Right.
And we know that if you know and you acknowledge Him and you accept Him, things will be different in your life.
Right.
You will be a happier person. You will continue to celebrate all the days of your life.
Right.
It doesn't matter what is happening, you will be calm.
Right. Because I noticed that all the Muslims that were involved in the program, they all bowed their heads, they prayed, Amen at the end of it. They all, it was very solemn.
We're talking to the Almighty God.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
Who
He's
gives
a creator.
Joy.
He's the one who created all of us. He might be an atheist, he might be a Muslim,
we don't want to know.
A traditional. Nobody wants to know. At the end of the day, it's all about God and our worship.
The people you see sitting with us are people who are genuinely lovers of God.
Right.
Because if you don't love God, when you hear things they are doing for God, you would give excuse.
Aside, yeah.
Push it aside.
You
are not a member. You are not this. You are not that. Heaven doesn't know which church. There is no church in heaven.
True. That is very true. It's man-made.
The work you have done that will take you to heaven.
Right.
I know that.
Right. Very, very interesting one. So, now tell us a little bit about your working life.
Well, you can see that I'm almost a full-time housewife.
You're almost a full-time housewife. You don't look it.
No, today right on the face. I sit down and I take care of, now I take care of my husband. The children are big.
Right.
They are not there in the house. They visit.
Right.
And the grandchildren visit.
Right.
So I always like to keep myself busy.
Right. But before this, you were a secretary, and you were also an executive of Nawa. Right.
Then now it's Rinawa. Retired Nigerian Officers' Association.
Okay.
And I in the National Assembly, my husband, when he was the leader of the House, I had to initiate a group called Honorable Members Wives Association, HOMWA.
All right.
He had never been there. I was the first person to start it.
All right. What did you people do? What did you all used to do?
We hold meetings monthly.
All right.
We started holding that meeting in my compound, in my place, and we also carry out a lot of charity work.
I trust you.
And wherever I go to,
Okay.
I sell the idea of doing good to people.
Right.
Especially the less privileged. We
Right.
must do something to make them happy.
Right.
Feel them, make them not to be so worried, so helpless, and
Dejected.
rejected in the society. No, we show love.
Right.
We give.
Right. What was the response from the other House of Assembly members' wives? Were they very responsive? Were they committed?
There were about 360 something or three members in the house, a few women.
Right.
And so the others,
Right.
Men, about 200 women were attending the meeting.
Oh, fantastic. But
then
the
I
female
started-
members of the house, did
not
they come?
members. No,
Oh, they are not members. Okay,
Wives.
statutorily. Right. But
Wives
did they
of-
support you?
But yeah.
Okay. They're actually not members because they are the, that's true.
Yeah, because at first, when we were in office,
Yes.
the leader of the house,
Right.
the speaker,
Right.
was a woman.
Yeah, that's true.
You see, but so she couldn't have started it.
Right.
She's not a wife.
Right.
And the husband cannot start it. She's not a woman. Then the deputy speaker was a bachelor
A bachelor. Oh, fantastic.
at that time. And it now fell on my husband,
Yes.
a military man.
Right.
Before. And I'm there.
You're right.
And we had that experience coming from the army in Nawa.
Right.
I seriously participated in Nawa all the time we were in the army.
Okay, let me just pause you there. Spell out what all those Nawa and Rafa and please, just put little me through.
Okay.
Spell it.
Okay. Nawa is Nigeria Army Officers Wives Association.
Nawa. Okay.
Yes, which I officiated in so many. I was secretary at a point. I was
Right.
PRO at the time. I was zonal leader in Ikeja cantonment. Then after that, set up RAFPOA, Retired Armed Forces and Police Officers Was Association.
Okay. RAFPOA is Retired Armed Forces and Police Officers Wives Association. Okay.
Right. That one finished after General Absalam's
Administration. Okay.
Because we had Mrs. Gowan as the president,
Right.
Mrs. Alpha as the secretary,
Right.
and some other senior officers. I was the president of Lagos State chapter.
Right.
And we used to go places, go to schools, teach them how to. We are having this HIV and AIDS campaign,
Right.
awareness campaign,
Right.
with children so that they will not get into trouble.
Right.
We go to schools, the army schools, the navy schools in Lagos. We're
Right.
going around.
Okay.
And sometimes we have activities that fun, create Christmas party for members and so on.
Okay.
Our first lady used to be our guest.
Right.
And
Special
then
guest.
at that time, I think she was the governor's wife.
Okay.
And we had a novelty match, which she also participated.
Are you talking about currently First Lady
Yes,
Miss
I'm
Ruby
talking
Tinubu?
about,
Oh, fantastic!
Excellency,
Okay.
Tinubu.
Right,
She
right,
played,
right.
We all played the novelty match in the NIGCOM Stadium.
Fantastic!
You can't believe it. And well, I don't want to say who won the match.
Give us a secret. Who won?
No, next time.
Okay, that's a nice one. Okay,
Yes.
so that means you should let her know about this foundation. Okay, then there's another association after that.
After
then
that,
is
from that one, I now moved to this.
this one.
This
What's the
Omwa.
current one called? Omwa.
The HOMWA
Yes.
is the Honorable Members Wives Association.
No, then there's still another retired
No,
one.
Nawa.
Nawa. Yes.
Retired
Okay.
now, and retired Nigerian Army Officers
Wives
only for
Association.
Army. The one in Lagos at that time was for
Army and
Armed Forces.
Police. Oh, for the whole of the armed
Armed
forces.
Forces and Police.
Oh,
RAFPOA.
right. Why did you decide to
I did not decide.
Okay, why did?
Well, it's a collective.
Okay.
And you have senior officers' wives.
Right.
You have those who are in the at the head of I call it departments and so on.
Right.
Those who are in charge.
Yes.
They decide. They get together and choose a name for.
Okay.
And now
that's beautiful.
No more general one.
Yes.
The armed forces one was the general one.
Yes.
Now they say only
army. Oh, that's nice. So what kind of activities? Is it still the same kind of line of activities, or are there any?
Now I am not so terribly involved in the now.
That's understandable.
But I'm on the platform, so I know because we have the younger retired wives that are there.
Yes.
So they are working for us.
Right, beautiful.
But anything they want us to know or do, we're there to support.
Right, beautiful.
If they have children getting married, we're there to support them. If a member's husband is dead, we're going to support them.
Right.
Make sure that everybody is comfortable, carried along.
Right. That's lovely. Okay, now those children, well, let me not call them children, those young ladies that you give all these skill acquisition programs and all that to, after that, are you able to to have some sort of supervisory role, so that maybe over a period, maybe after 1 year, can you see and assess their progress? And also, let me also ask, are you able to monitor the spending? Because I've seen situations, especially with politicians, there's that mentality that, oh, this money came from a politician. It's free money anyway. So you send them to these skill acquisition places. People will barely go.
In my compound.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Finish the training. You hand them over a lump sum of money and some equipment. They don't bother. If it's a salon, they don't bother to run the salon. The money, they waste the money. Say, well, after all, easy come and easy go. You understand? Do you have cases like that?
You're quite right, because you can't rule that out in a situation where you have different kinds of people coming around. They have different opinion, different minds, why they are coming to their aims and objectives are different from each other. But they come and you can see the good ones. They will be so serious. Right. And whatever you give them, they go back and set up their own shops, little shops and so on, and they carry out and get some will even, we don't have to monitor. They tell you. Okay. They show gratitude. They say, oh, thank you much. They will even bring their family to come and greet and say, what you did for me, I will not forget it. Right. We are moving forward. We are not begging for food. We are not looking for help from anybody. We are going forward. And it makes me celebrate. I feel joyous.
Right. Thank you. That is, I mean, I am so inspired now. I feel like, what have you done? Oh, that is just marvelous. Like you said, marvelous friends. Okay, what will happen? We're going to speak more about that and about Christmas and about the spirit of giving. But let's take a little time out. Let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll cap it all and then you tell us more. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Just stay.
In a world where information is vital to every individual, a platform where technology is a medium to pass information, you can always catch up on all information written in the newspapers, even without having one. Join us on The Press.
Reaching live from the Abuja studios.
On The Punch for this morning. The Blueprint newspaper, Nigerian Tribune this morning.
As we give you information and opinions about current events and topical issues on politics, business, sports, entertainment, weather forecast, and lots more in the local city, across all states, and across all countries. Showing daily on Startimes, channel 124, 9 a.m. West African time, only on KAFTANTV. Stay connected with us.
That he said it is a reason why I will not do it. I pursue the federal government to pay us our damages.
YouTube, KAFTANTV.
A very tricky one. And then the bottom line is this.
Website www.kaftan.tv.
Point is, the youth must come together. The pendulum can swing in your favor.
Instagram, KAFTAN_TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
You're welcome back. Thank you for staying there with us on KAFTAN Television and on the press this morning. Like I told you today, and in fact tomorrow, which is the main day, we are going to be talking a whole lot about Christmas. So I think we've delved in depth into Christmas and the spirit of Christmas, which is the spirit of giving. So let's travel back to the home front, which is the nation, and find out let's see, analyze a little bit of what we've had in the morning news. So, Dame AKOGUN, we have here that one of the things the president told us was that he is not going to go back on tax reforms and he has no regrets on removing subsidy. That these tax reforms are still going to go ahead, no regrets removing subsidy. And so far, what's your assessment of the impact thus far on the general populace and the mood of Nigerians as, you know, these two, let me call them gigantic policies that have, you know, come upon the nation?
Well, I believe that the president must have his reasons for bringing up this tax reform issue. And the National Assembly, I believe, also are equal to it by calling up the making people come and discuss the topic openly and get the views of all Nigerians. Those who are not for it have their reasons. I wouldn't know. And those who are for it have their reasons. And we believe that whatever that will augur well for this country should be allowed to stand.
Right.
That's all.
Okay. He also says that here there has no regrets for instant removal of petrol subsidy. Okay. You know, it was right at the swearing, because people keep saying, oh, right so, there at the swearing in. Why did he have to make it so sudden and all that?
So, well, the subsidy removal, it's, I think also he must have calculated, even during campaigns. And he's a Nigerian, so he must know what is happening in Nigeria. He must have thought about it, that they should remove it. But we are waiting for the result.
Right.
The effect. Once we have, once it starts showing, and the people, nobody will complain. He did it, I believe, in good faith, and I expect that the result will affect everybody too, positively.
Okay. Well, you know, I told you there was a big story on the front page of the Nigerian. In fact, all the pictures on today's Tribune were those chickens and the guy carrying the chicken. Where it's even not funny, where we have to buy chicken for 35,000 naira. What's your comment on that?
It's terrible. I had to buy in advance. I booked for chicken in advance quite early, with telling the farmers outside the town, please keep so number for me. Right. Which I tried to save up and pay for. Right. It is very, very frightening. Chicken that we buy for 3,000. That's the highest I knew before it's skyrocketed to 7,000, 10,000, 15,000, like a joke. What?
One chicken. 20,000.
We're not talking about
goats.
Goats. We're not talking about ram, cow. Cow in the I used to buy a cow for 60,000. Right. But really big ones, 100,000, and you know they're gigantic. That's big. You will be running away from the thing coming to your compound. I don't know why any human being will sell chicken for 35,000. But they say the feed is such an expensive business. Right. Those who are selling feeds, they said, Mom, you can't even. Some people are giving up the poultry farm. Right. Business. Yeah, some people, a lot of people are crashing, folding it up. They fold up. They're thinking that it's more, you lose more having a poultry farm. Because instead of trying to feed yourself from the profits, you're busy feeding the chicken and going down. Some are dying.
Okay, well, let's look at some other things, because look at now, this is Christmas period. What do you, how does this affect some, you know, not even some, a whole lot of people are affected now.
Telling me, some people are not able to get rice to eat.
Right.
Small, you know, before rice was Sunday something. Now Christmas time, you cannot buy rice. It's and I thought the authorities will make sure everybody gets at least one bag of rice at a minimum price. That's what I was expecting. In corners, not only just giving people palliative. I don't enjoy the word palliative. I was expecting that it's like they come to this Maitama now. They said everybody in Maitama number the house, one bag each.
Yes, that's at a control price.
Control price. Thank you.
Right. So that you're buying it. There's that dignity of you buying it, but you're buying it at a price that's affordable. Okay, so these are some of the measures that could be put into place.
They can make, you know, in those days in Lagos, and talking about what they call the thing they were doing during, will I say Buhari time?
Right.
First, you queue up and you buy essential commodities.
Essential commodities.
Right? The food that you eat is essential commodity. But queuing up to buy.
Right.
And at least most houses got something.
Right.
So if they want to do that, they can do section by section in the city and say, this group, go to this side and you can buy your rice, you can buy your beans, you can buy whatever you want to buy at a control price.
Because something they're doing is that there's free train rides, and the train doesn't even go around the whole Nigeria in the first place. And a free train ride.
Somebody was asking, can we go to Port Harcourt from Abuja by train?
No. I'm answering for the person. No.
Can we go to Auchi?
Right. No. So, you know, this free train ride mightn't have really been the solution, but I was thinking,
it's a good thing, though.
Yeah, it's
a lot
good.
of people. Yeah.
But I was thinking the solution they had spoken about earlier, which was these CNG buses, if implemented, would really be helpful. But I've discovered that the number is rather low, and the distribution is not that wide. So if there have been, like, we know there are 36 states,
yes,
you know, and you had this number going to all the states at the same time. Then you maybe calculate just the civil servants, you know, will take it from secretariat, maybe to the city center. Maybe you have somewhere central, stuff like that. But if, you know, if the buses are not even there, how is that going to then help?
Maybe this year things will change.
Next year.
Oh, okay.
You think this year?
2025, yeah.
Oh, we have to start twisting our tongue now to get ready to start saying 2025.
Finish 2024.
Okay.
So I believe that things will be better.
Okay.
But the way they are planning it, things will be definitely better.
Right.
Year.
We hope soon.
We have to be hopeful.
That it will be soon.
Yes, good things will come next year.
Okay. So, let me see. You know about, well, every Nigerian might have heard about the tragedy of those children in Ibadan, in the stampede and that kind of thing. What are some suggestions you could make for, like, reduction of incidences of that in future?
My dear sister, I was shocked to my bones to see children dying like chicken. I could not believe it. Who organized this function, whatever they did, that would make children come and die like chickens? Why? There's no point. It's no use doing something that will cause death. You want to say they're sharing palliative or something. I don't know what they were sharing, but for whatever reason, you have no reason to make people lose life. You should organize it, planning. It is planning. They did not plan well. Right. And you now gather people. I'm sorry to say, some people will think it's ritualistic.
And then another thing, what do you have, like, some words of advice on the side of the people themselves? Because, like, the person speaking to me was actually a former commissioner, and he said, look, they should, Nigerians need to also speak the truth to themselves. If you see, like, a door, this is just the one door entrance into a place of whatever it is there's going to be given on the other side, but there are like thousands of people surging to enter that one door. Turn back you know, your safety, your life is more important than whatever it is you're going to get there. When you see so many people trying to get into one little narrow entrance, it's the same thing. So he's saying that, look, some of us are architects of our own fate. Only for me to discover how true this was when I heard that parents, like I said, flung young children over. Not even, you heard it as well? Not even minding the limbs will get broken. All in the name of having so many from the same home scrambling to pick up so many items, so that maybe if 4 of them pick, that'll be times 4. What do you gain now?
Will I say that that attitude is more of Nigerian attitude? Right.
I agree. That Nigerian attitude, we need to check ourselves.
That's what White was doing in those days.
Right.
War against indiscipline.
War against indiscipline.
You queue responsibly to get whatever you want to get. Why rushing to death?
Is it when you're dead you'll be able to eat the rice?
I don't understand. Go to the airport, we are rushing. If you have not rushed, you are not a Nigerian. You go to the motor park, people are rushing and crushing. To cross the traffic light, people are rushing. You don't do things in order. People don't queue. They have that habit, that style is not in Nigerian spirit. Nigerians want to be the first to get everything, the struggle. No, it's a habit that we should sing, talk about, and kill it.
Right. So, yeah. So
we should do something better.
Right.
Responsibly, too.
Right. So we need to take some responsibility. I mean, we've talked at length about the extent of government's responsibility. Everything, because I mean, there's hunger in the land.
This is character.
This is us as well, doing ourselves as well. So there's also a story here about petrol, the price of petrol, you know, being slashed at this Christmas period. What are your comments on that?
We're looking forward to it.
Right. They said it was going to start yesterday.
I don't know.
Nobody has bought. Well, that's the thing.
Everybody struggled to fill your car before able to go out and go to church.
Right.
And so you didn't. I heard about it, and I read about it on television, and that it's going to be 900 and something.
Right.
So I don't know how far.
Yeah, they've gone with it because they said it's starting yesterday. So let's give it some time. Let's see how
the stations sell like that. That's my own.
Let's see. Let's give it some time then. And since yesterday to today, nobody have asked. Everybody said, "Oh, we had already filled it. Oh, we had already filled it." So nobody.
Because you don't want to take the risk. Disappointed. Yes.
Okay. Why I won't reduce size of my cabinet? Okay, because when President Tinubu started, you know, there was a lot of criticism that one of the things he promised was that there'll be reduction in cost of government. But then he ended up posting the highest cabinet ever. We have 42 ministers currently in the country. So he's received a lot of, different shades of opinion and a whole lot of criticism on that. So like the New Telegraph headline is, "Why I won't reduce size of my cabinet" by Tinubu. What's your comment on that?
I think whoever the person that is at the helm of affairs, he knows what he wants. He should know, and if he doesn't have all the wisdom, ask question. Right. But all the same, I think he knows what he wants, and he knows what he assigns all this large number of people to do. So you expect that he should be able to bring people that will make Nigeria better, move. Right. If that large number can help us, we thank God for that. But if it will not, then something should be done.
Okay. So, but how long should we look out for them?
As we are watching the system.
Okay.
If things are getting better, people should be able to say so. Okay. That, oh, we thank God that the style is working.
And if it's not, we should be able to talk.
Say something, yes.
Okay, let's stay on with that New Telegraph, because there's something else here that says CBN, currency outside the banking system up 51% to 4 point something trillion naira, which, let's not just look at the figures, we're looking at the substance of it. Now, if currency, because somebody even said it on this television station, that now Nigerians are resorting to keeping more money with themselves than putting it into the bank, because so many people, I have not met anybody who hasn't experienced this pain of your own money. You cannot access it, you cannot use it, you can't transfer it, you can't withdraw it, you can't have access to it. And finally, when you go into the bank, they limit how much they can give you. And it's a ridiculous amount in Nigeria to today's inflation. And then you now go to the POS, they tax you so much for it that by the time you're taking 100,000 naira, you've sliced some out of it. So for them to say so much money is circulating out of the banking system, whose fault is it? Not their fault. You have made Nigerians now psychologically think that, look, my putting money in the bank now is even becoming a problem to me. My money I can't access. What's your experience?
So far, so good, you know, except you have a need of spending a large sums of money, you won't ask for it. But those who are asking for, those who have, like some of them have relationship with the bankers.
Like the POS?
They give them. Some of them, if you don't have a good relationship, well, those who can say, oh, let's give this person, like when the going was tough, the person was banking with us, giving us a lot of deposits. If you don't have that kind of relationship, they will not answer you. They will just give you like peanuts.
I mean, is peanuts enough for people to
I don't even understand what this
is. Your money!
About. Because I've heard about people.
When you say give, it's not a dash.
Houses with money, and at the end of the day, the money turned to sawdust. Did you hear that?
I heard it. Especially that time they did this currency transfer. I heard they found houses with currency start sealing to the ground.
After loading the house, forgot. By the time he remembered, it was he forgot that he had money inside
that house.
Some forgot where they buried it.
Inside the soakaway pit.
Yes, they said they forgot the spot where the money was buried, and that has gone. That is Nigeria. All that one, will you call government? Somebody just carried money. Okay, we're talking about why they did it.
Right.
Because CBN was restricting cash.
You packed the whole cash that could have.
And they packed the money and bury it in the ground. Put in a story building, and the whole thing would become like
powder.
And they use trailer or tippers to load them to the dustbin.
It's terrible. Just a terrible situation, like you said. But let's just hope that by next year, like you said, maybe with the people talking to people, there'll be a change of attitude.
Yes, let people talk.
Attitude did not change.
What is not good, you say it's not good.
Right.
What is good, you say, oh, welcome, thank the government.
Yes. FCT doctors issue strike notice over alleged 6-month unpaid salaries. You've noticed that on the medical field, I don't think we've been very fair to them, and the result is what we're suffering today, because we heard, you know, the foreign countries now, they're leaving us in droves. All the medical personnel, we're not taking very good care of them. It's very difficult for somebody to leave their house. The person is well, in very good health, he's a doctor, and then go and suffer himself to, you know, be dozing in his office awaiting your own sickness. And that's what we call duty. They're on call. Because it will be a different case if this is the time you fall sick. That's when you phone him from home to jump out of his pajamas, to dress up. All those minutes, life, you understand, is ticking down. So he has to be physically there. So as they bring you in, he's treating you. They don't pay this call duty. Why not? I mean, things like this should be our priority. You know, if there was anybody I could speak to that could hear me, let the priority be these medical personnel. The nurses cannot be jumping out to other countries and be living well, and over here they're suffering. They're living well abroad, the doctors suffering here. The doctors they are looking for them, and over here what is called duty.
No, it's
just go and walk.
It's attitude. They equate the doctors with other
junior staff.
Yeah. They look at you as if engineer is earning, so why will a doctor earn more? They are not thinking about the amount of job, the risk the doctor is taking, his life and everything. Talking about sickness, you're talking about infections and so on.
Right.
The doctor is taking all that with risk, a lot of risk.
Right.
But all the same, with our country, we should be, the doctors should take it easy with Nigeria, because the people that will suffer are not those determining what you earn. You see, a lot of poor people who are ill and need medical attention have nothing to do with deciding what you earn.
Right.
So if you ignore them and they all die, but who will you not treat? But the government also should have think twice.
Right.
How they treat the doctors.
Right.
They should do something that is commensurate with their profession,
Right.
with their work, their assignment.
Right.
It's not the same thing
No.
with every other profession.
It's not at all, and especially because anything about the human life is very, very delicate. That's why you will have to spend 7 years in medical school
yes.
before they allow you near a
Good.
fellow human being in the name of treatment.
Treatment.
It's very delicate, very risky. Any slight mistake, the person is off.
We will get there when the people in authority they start giving attention
Right.
to what we are talking about now.
Okay. So that's why, you know, when female participation is actually quite useful, because I was told, we heard this story, that it was when Mrs. Gowon became the first lady that nurses, you know, for in their life, after so many years, were given a higher pay package. They said they were paid so low, but when she came in, because she was a nurse, she said, oh no, this is so wrong. And that ever since then, they've been stagnating. This is not too good. That's why all the nurses are jumping out.
She's quite a special person, you know, and she's a very straightforward woman. Whatever she knows is right, go for it.
Okay. So that's good. So we'd like, you know, to really appeal, you know, like she said, we're appealing to the doctors to please have mercy upon
yeah, because Nigeria is not like
ones.
abroad.
Right.
They are ready-made.
Right.
When Nigeria, we are coming, growing.
Yeah.
With time, we'll get there.
Right. So, and then we'll also appeal to the government to please look into the plight of our medical personnel. Please
see what
give
they
them
can do, especially to assist.
Right.
Yes.
Something commensurate, because their labor is nothing to compare even to me.
The risk is much.
The risk is high, especially for these infectious diseases.
That's what I'm saying.
Lassa fever. It's a doctor that will treat you. He doesn't have it.
No.
COVID. He's going to treat you. Meanwhile, he doesn't have it. So in treating you, he's already knocking his way off.
Worried about.
I know. So they have to face all these. In fact, even me coming outside to come and attend to people, in your house, you're going to fleet it, you know, maybe sleep under mosquito-treated nets. But in my office, you know, I'm subject to mosquito bites. All to make sure that someone else is well treated and well looked after. Look after the person looking after you. It's just like you having a PA. You make sure your PA is really way up there, because he's your personal aid. So he's aiding you personally. So it's just the same thing. So I think, you know, this needs to be looked into. Okay, so let's talk about some of the fun pictures we saw where we had a Christmas Santa Claus riding on a motorcycle, riding around to give some people some nice Christmas outlook, similar to the things you people do in your. Let's just have one last look at the Punch. That picture tickled my fancy. Let me see. In the Punch, you see one, as they call them, Father Christmas, riding in his, there he is, riding on his motorcycle, loaded though with gifts for people. Wasn't that? That was a nice one. Yes. And a really nice, interesting, you know, an innovative way, you know, to go about sharing your own Christmas joy and Christmas mood.
Falling and over each other.
Stressing. Santa Claus, let me see, Santa Claus on a Lagos road in last minute Christmas shoppers driving down the Oshodi market in Lagos. So they're all looking at him and, you know, having a nice, you know, a nice fun filled outlook, so that it's not all
miserable chicken price,
you know, miserable chicken price and all that. At least it was a little bit of pleasantness going on that. And I think that is such a nice, warm, beautiful shot. I'll give kudos to them. They really made our day. They really made my day. And I want to tell you, Dame Tumi Akogun, you made my day. You made my Christmas Eve. I was thinking I was going to fly solo. Thank you very much for making it here. And it's been a pleasure hosting you on this special edition of the Press, Christmas edition, today and tomorrow. I'm Mickey Atta. It's been a pleasure bringing you the Press this morning. Thank you very much for staying with us. And stay on with KAFTAN Television. We have a lot of programs lined up right after this. But on this note, I say enjoy your Christmas Eve, but don't over-rush. Don't overstretch yourself. You're not competing with anybody. No. The way you want your Christmas to be happy, it's going to be happy. God bless you. Thanks. Bye-bye.